you had a very interesting take on Kirk Cousins. You're like, I want to know who his agent is.
For sure.
Because I want to know how a man that's won one playoff game, been a game manager his entire career, and get guaranteed $331 million, 35. He's coming off season-ending Achilles surgery at his age. The Falcons just gave him $180 million, $100 million guaranteed, $50 million at the time of signing.
It ain't even. I mean, that's egregious, and I love the fact that he's able to get that money. But what the Falcons paid Kirk Cousins, they could have got Cam Newton, Justin Fields, and Michael Vick for that price.
You do realize they could have gave up 2 first-rounders and got Lamar Jackson for.
But we're not talking about that. See, this is the thing about sports, that we don't do a better job with holding people to the fire.
Okay.
You're a judge, or you'll critique Dak Prescott. You'll critique Cam Newton. You'll critique Lamar Jackson. You'll critique Patrick Mahomes. But who's to say for the ownership, the management, and all these decision makers by tricking off these key decisions? But they want you to just shut up and play.
Right.
I'm sitting up at the, when are we going to admit that these coaches really don't know what they're doing? These managers don't know what they're doing. These owners really don't know what they're doing. Or they're making bad situations, and the franchise is suffering from that. It's not just that y'all don't have good players.
Well, and see, here's the thing. If you and I make a bad decision, let's just say we make a bad investment, we can't recoup that. They make a bad investment, the TV contract gonna pay them $300, $400 million. So what have they actually lost? You see how you overcome a bad investment? If you make a bad, let's just say you go out there and buy a piece of property for $50 million. You're like, damn, I'm out of this $50 million. But you say, you know what? I got $100 million coming in. Ain't no skin off my back.
Nothing.
See, that's how they look at it. And see, I look at Atlanta, I think they were looking for the next Matt Ryan, because the most successful quarterback in their history, I guess, as far as wins and getting to the Super Bowl, you look at Matt Ryan. Cousins is basically a carbon copy of it.
Matt Ryan had Tony Gonzalez, arguably, or he's top 3. You know.
Yeah. He had Roddy White. He had Julio. He had some weapons. But they say, look here, we got Bijan.
You had a defense.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Julio. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Shit.
But they say we got Bijan Robinson. We got Drake London. We got Kyle Pitts. I think they signed Mooney from Chicago. So there's like, we just need somebody to get them the ball.
That's cool. But I'm telling you, with that 180 that you gave that guy, you could have had, if not more, talent at that position, and you was going to sell out.
Right.
I'm here, man. We are across the street from Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yes.
People after games for the 4 years that Fellowship has been open has been in saying the same argument. When you go in that stadium, sometimes it's not max the capacity. I was a teenager when Michael Vick was here.
Oh, that thing was.
Yeah. Come on now. Man, that bruh. And they wasn't elite.
No.
But Michael Vick to Atlanta was something that the city needed.
Right.
And that's where you got to talk to management to say, hey, listen, I understand it's twofold. We got to win football games and we got to sell tickets.
Right.
I don't know. And I'm not saying that to shame Kirk Cousins.
Right.
What I am saying is let's give a little bit more perspective to it. Because the perspective about it is, my take personally was, Cam's getting old. He ain't getting no younger. He's 32 at the time. He's coming off a shoulder injury, Liz Frank. Cool. All things that are not, quote unquote, serious injuries.
They're not career ending.
Career ending. If you tore your Achilles back when you was playing, you're done.
Yeah. You were never the same player.
So now he's coming back. I had this take on 4th and 1. You're giving this person the money coming off an injury. So how am I supposed to feel? Because the same questions and the same concerns that you had with me, obviously you done overlooked that.
You see, don't have those concerns with him.
And if you give Kirk Cousins my resume, he probably would have got more. But I'm tripping. But I'm bitter. But I'm mad. I'm not. I'm just exposing the truth. And it's for you to digest it however you feel.
There are a lot of running backs that changed teams. Derrick Henry went to the Ravens. Saquon Barkley went to the Eagles. And Joe Mixon went to the Texans. They also got Stephon Diggs. Which running back do you feel will have the biggest impact?
The biggest impact? Mm-hmm. I don't think he has as many yards, but I think he has a bigger impact. Derrick Henry.
I think so too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he made a great year for Derrick Henry will be 750 yards. Not 1,000 that he used to, because obviously you got to share that workload with Lamar. But if he can get 750 and take that, put these games away, like we've all known the Baltimore Ravens just to bring their teams into submission, I think Derrick Henry.
I think Derrick Henry needs to have about 1,100 because I don't want Lamar to run. Because now when you play action that thing with Big D Henry coming down the hill,
yeah,
and he roll over and Lamar pulls that ball up out of there,
yeah,
Zay Flowers and those guys gonna be running scot-free.
Oh, for sure. But I don't think 1,100 yards is gonna make or break that impact.
That ain't nothing in 17 games.
Which is true, but you got to understand, I don't see Derrick Henry averaging 120, 140 yards per game.
No, can he give us 70?
Yes. So 70 times 17, if that's the average, that's all we need.
That's it.
And then when you get into the red zone, we got to shrink this field. Now they really going to be on the attack and dictating to the defense.
Right.
Now we playing chess.
Right. Christian McCaffrey, you played a couple of years with him. I believe he's the best running back in football because of what he can do.
Right.
He's not 225 pounds, but he can run inside, he can run outside.
Right.
You can put him in the slot, he can catch it, you can put him out wide, you can swing, dump it to him, he can make people miss, and he's better than you think at pass protecting, even though of his size. What did you notice about C-Mac when he was there with you in Carolina?
Christian McCaffrey was polished to be a professional football player when he was in rec ball. Like, well, I mean, I think the viral clip went around when, you know, his father, Ed, was giving him IVs in high school. That's a little different. His preparation before the game, the people don't see how he take care of his body. Mm-hmm. A big Bruce Lee fan, you know, be as water. Right. This guy takes care of his body better than I've ever seen anybody, from his dieting to his
trainers, physios.
Just preparation before, you know, practice.
Right.
He has a real routine. And I think for him, it's not about size, because he understands the Christian McCaffrey that we see today was not the Christian McCaffrey we saw as a rookie. He realized I have to put on weight to endure this type of beating.
Right.
But I think Christian McCaffrey is capped by the position that he plays, because he's so much more than just a running back.
Correct.
If you really want to put Christian McCaffrey, he could be a top 10 receiver. And that's not fabrication. This is, if you say, all right, C-Mac, this year we're going to move you from running back and we're going to put you as a receiver. And I guarantee you, he does numbers. That's just, his position gives him that, what I think he's making 17 a year. Yeah. Around that, where he should be making 25 at like a top tier receiver.
Right.
That's just the impact that Christian McCaffrey has.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party, because you know we like to do something before 2 something.